Move this? Hi. Hey. It's my first live on YouTube, and why the heck not, right? It's always the first time for everything. So, you ever gone into a relationship before and somehow you find yourself lost in the relationship? That's what I want to talk about today, because I think that's what happens for a lot of people. Relationship or any type of really self-defining moment of life, or just huge part of life. We all go through our transitions, we all go through our problems. We all feel lost sometimes in life. Where is that all from? Have you ever been in a long time relationship, or a relationship that you thought that it was going to go somewhere and it ended up not going somewhere? You maybe ended up being toxic, so there's a lot of things that we can consider when it comes to losing ourselves, and really knowing what to do, where to go from there. I think for me, just to tell you a little bit about me, I was in a relationship, marriage for 20 years to a narcissist. And I tell you, I thought I was crazy, because that's one of the things that the narcissist does. And the more that I learn about narcissism and narcissistic traits, person who has narcissistic traits, honestly, in my life now, it doesn't matter. However, all of the situation that I was in when I was in it, that did matter, because I was in the middle of everything and didn't know how to do anything, because I pretty much lost myself in that relationship. All this comes back to self-identity. And self-identity is so important, because that's when we lose ourselves, right? We don't even know who we are anymore. And we're trying to find ourselves. But I love how Les Brown, if you happen to know Les Brown, the famous Les Brown, motivational speaker, he said that you can't see the frame when you're in the picture. And isn't that true? You can't see the frame when you're in the picture. So you really need to step back, or have someone to help you step back when you are suffering, when you're in a relationship that doesn't feel good, when you're in a situation that doesn't feel good. You need to step back and see how you can solve it, how you can get out of it, how you can move through it. Because if you don't do that, you'll never see the big picture. It'll always be a chaos and a chaos and a chaos and a chaos. The ego loves drama. So when you are finding yourself in your life, that's all drama, because some people, they live off of that drama, right? And when that happens, you really need to take a step back and ask yourself questions. How do I feel right now? When I was in my relationship, I was scared. I was scared and anxious. And those are just words, right? Because it's different for everybody. It's different scenario, it's different situation, it's different dynamic. There could be emotional, mental, physical abuse going on. And any type of abuse is not acceptable. So if you are going through something like that, you really need to take a step back and ask yourself, why? Why? And what you can do about it. It is a possibility that you can talk to your mate or your boss or your spouse, whoever, boyfriend, girlfriend, child, mother, whoever it is a possibility that you can speak to them. And one of the things that I love that I've heard from Esther Perel, it's a really great way to speak to people, because it takes actually the emotional part out of it, because sometimes, well, not out of it, but so things don't get too complicated, or you're not blaming someone or shaming someone. You're just explaining how you feel in the moment. So this is a tip to help you. When you do X in situation Y, I feel Z. Does that make sense? So say, for example, when you get upset, when I just relax, I feel very hurt that you're not accepting me to have my own time. And I think when you say it in that way, you're explaining that it's the behavior, the situation, and not the person. And that you're not blaming them, but you're telling them how you feel. And it's a beautiful way to open up conversation, because then the person will feel not attacked. They don't feel like they need to defend. At the same time, you're speaking your truth. And I think that's where everything comes from in a relationship. If you're in a relationship where you feel like you need to please the other person, or you need to have the other person accept you, or you need to feel like you need to do something for that person to like you, or in an abusive situation, it's all manipulative, where you give over your power. You give over your power to victim. As a victim, you give over your power to circumstance or to that person. So I'm here to tell you that no, you don't need to do that. And it's okay. I think a lot of people get so lost into, I can never do anything that's enough, right? That value, that worth, that enoughness. So that's where the self identity comes in. As I said, like in a relationship, if you feel like you're lost in that relationship, either you're lost in the relationship, you lost yourself with that person, you lost yourself in the marriage, you lost yourself after children, you have to redefine yourself and figure out who you really are. Well, who really are you? Where are you in that process? And how much are you hurting inside? All of those things are things that are good for us to know, because it's our soul screaming out to say, I really need help. And that is the beauty of self-awareness. But then where do you go from there, right? That's also important. So now I know, but where do I go from here? And that's really important for us to look at, is the self-identity, because a lot of times we've taken on our parents' self-identity, because those were our teachers, in those years. Or possibly, we've taken on that victim mentality where we let people bully us all those times without standing in our power, and without speaking our truth, and without sharing with them, really that's not okay, right? We just take it. We shrink back, and we hide. And so, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that. I know that there's a lot of adults, or even, I don't know, this is open for anybody. It doesn't have to be adults. It could be children. It could be, teenagers, tweens, right? It's really hard as a child growing up. especially in times like this where we don't really have that social, the social mingling, the social learning, and we have that social distancing. Really, it's not teaching us any social skills this way. And so, this is really a time. Esther Perel, again, she talks about this time being cocooning. You know how a caterpillar is in the cocoon. They're in the cocoon and they're growing. They're using that energy to nurture, to heal, to grow, to manifest, to transform. And when it's time, then they come out this beautiful butterfly. And that's a miracle in itself. It's a second life. And that's what they're truly meant to be. This beautiful butterfly. Going along as a little caterpillar their whole life and eating on the leaves and and here they are flying. We're meant to do that. So in our spiritual self, if you don't know about me, I should have explained who I am. I'm Bella Bliss, and I help divorced women in midlife thrive. But as I said, this goes along for anyone who could be in any stage, at any age, is learning about the self-identity first and seeing how you feel in your body and continue going towards the things that you feel good doing, that you feel, people that you feel good being around, that you feel good speaking to, that you feel good, like your energy is lifted, that your energy is like that butterfly, you're fluttering around. Those are the people that you need around you. So the self-identity is really important, because once you do find your self-identity, then you are able to go in alignment with that. And alignment means doing things that serve you. Is video games going to help you? Possibly, right? Because video games help you understand the process of getting different tools and different things, different powers, and you gain different lives, right? So it could help you. You level up and then you learn and you keep learning. Sometimes with video games, you go from, one level and you learn all the stuff that you need to learn, and then you go to the next level. But how do you do that? You didn't do that on the first time, but it's possible, because the developers wouldn't have made all of those levels if they didn't think it was possible, right? I mean, obviously, it's a game. You go to different levels. That's the way life is. So don't get defeated. Please don't get defeated. If you try something once, if you try something twice and it doesn't work out, if it is in alignment with you and what you want to do, we all have to work at it. What do babies do? Babies, they fall, they get up. They fall, they get up. They fall, they get up until they're like wobbly and they're hardly falling. But what do? They keep falling and getting up. They go from crawling, from falling to getting up, falling to getting up, and then they eventually get to across the room, or getting that toy, or getting that shiny thing, right? And if that's the way we need to do it when we need to get to our goals, or we need to get to wherever we need to do, that's what we need to do. And then, there's a process in that, because you're getting stronger. You're getting stronger in here. You're getting more empowered. Wow, I took 2 steps today. Some days are like that. Some days it could be 5 steps. Some days it could be 1 step. But to me, the only failure is if you don't try. Because you just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Interesting thing that I learned. Uh, it was really great to have a support system, but who are your support system? Who are those people? It doesn't always need to be your family and friends. First thing that we do is we go to our family and friends and we think that they need to support us and they should be along with our journey, and we're expecting them to do that, but we can't expect them to do that. For one, they may not have the expertise. Two, they may talk you out of it because, I don't know, maybe something in the past or you've shown before that you weren't able to follow through, or many times you've come to them and you haven't done whatever, you said you were going to do, or maybe you did and you didn't do well at it and then you gave up on it, et cetera, et cetera. You get those people that are like, oh, honey, that's great. And you get those people that are like, ain't gonna work out. Are you serious? You don't know anything about business, or you don't know anything about a restaurant, or you don't know anything about, and it's like, those are our negative thoughts and our limiting beliefs that we've learned along the way. So why would you want those people as your support system? So be really picky. Be very particular about the people that you choose for your support system. I honestly chose my one of my brothers. I have a large family, but I chose one of my brothers to be my support system because he believed in me 100%. He believed in that butterfly when I didn't believe in that butterfly. I didn't even know that it existed. And I was there in the cocoon, just, crying all the time, and in my anxiety and all of that. I didn't realize that at that time that was going to make me stronger. That was going to make me stronger, make me wiser, shape me into the person who I am today, where I feel like I do know who I am, but it took some time. It took time, it took mentors, it took coaches, it took for me to align mind, body, spirit, soul, for me to do so much self-care and so much learning and so much growing and so much accepting and so much surrendering to the control that we have, right? We have this control. Life should be this way. He should be that way. She should be that way. Things should work out in this way. And life doesn't work out like that. You probably already know that. If you're on here, you probably already know that. Life doesn't work out in the way that you expect it to. So that's that surrender. Surrender to what is. Surrender to all of the experience not being reality, because we're like, oh, we tried that before, we're not good at it. Or, like people always say that, like singing, for example, they're like, oh, I'm not good at that, I'm not going to sing. It's like, we all have a voice. We all can learn. We all can practice. And that's what, failure, there's no such thing as failure. Failure is, as you may know, false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. But it is also face everything and rise. So that means that you can rise above. You can rise above all of the stuff, all of the negativity, all of the negative people, all of the, all of this stuff, all of this chaos, all of the drama that's going on in your life. You can rise above that if you let go of expectation, if you go towards things that set your soul on fire. If you start really connecting inside, body, mind, spirit, soul, taking care of yourself, you're going to really connect inside, because your soul knows. Your soul knows what you need, how to nourish yourself, and also where you need to go in your life, what you're meant to be, that greatness of who you are, and what you're meant to be, that higher self, that higher, everything is higher, everything is lifted, everything is rising above, everything is the next level. That's that, right? That's what that's all about. And be like that baby, just one step at a time. That we're not going to be great at everything automatically. We weren't great at what we do. All the expertise and knowledge and experience that you have, you weren't great at it before. You started from somewhere. All of these people who are influential, even Les Brown, for example, even like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, like those motivational speakers, those multi-million-dollar people who have these events that are, I think, like $5,000 or whatever to go to for one ticket. They were homeless at one point. They had humble beginnings. They had to start from somewhere, but they had someone to help them through. They had a mentor. They had a coach. They had, people who lifted them up, continued to lift them up. And what did they do? They used that knowledge, because knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is everywhere. You can look up stuff everywhere, but if you don't apply it, and if you don't tailor it to who you are, because you're not a cookie cutter. You're not like one of those perfect little cookies that come out of the factory and stuff. You are perfect in your own way. You're unique. You're just like a snowflake. You're unique. There isn't anything like you, like the how do you call them? The fingerprints. You're just like that. We're all unique. We're all beautiful. We're all perfect in our own way. And so I really want you to realize that you don't have to be like anyone. You don't have to feel like you're not enough. You don't have to feel any of those things. Those are just all of those thoughts and experiences, and the ego just, shouting out, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You can't do it. And you know what I do now? Because I used to believe all of them, and I'm like, no, I can do it. I know I can do it, and I'm going to prove you wrong. But it's because I'm in alignment with who I am. I know my why. I know my passion. And that's what I really implore you to find your why, find your passion, find what sets your soul on fire, find what you love to do. And I know after decades of not understanding who I was or what I liked or what I wanted, I was able to do those baby steps and kept getting back up and kept moving forward, and until I got the momentum where, I'm feeling good, right? I'm walking. Now I'm doing the fast walk, and then I'm doing the jogging, and then I'm doing the running. And, pretty soon it's like you're doing this marathon of life, and you're feeling good about it. You're feeling good because you've practiced every single day at it, and you're enjoying the process. And so there's plenty of people, right? Even the ones that you may admire and, oh, they're saintly and that type of thing. They worked so hard to get to that place. But what they did when they got to a certain point was they started giving. And that's why I started coaching, because I saw the transformation in the people that I helped. I saw that joy. I saw them making great changes in their lives, and that transformation. I'm like a transformation junkie. I love watching, these cooking channels where they just take whatever and put it all together and make this fantastic dish. And it's just so unique and so amazing that it could be shared, with other people to enjoy, right? Why not? If you have that beautiful gift and talent, why not? The houses, when the home decor, when they do the home decor and they change this like garbage can into like a mansion, it's like, oh my God, like feels so good, right? I love seeing like the before and after, like when they do the whole makeovers, the hair and the makeup and the clothes and everything. These people are like new people. But it's not like all the outside stuff. Guess what? It's in here. And guess what? They feel more empowered because they surrendered to the people who know and care about them enough that they're supportive and that they are able to help make that change, guide them along their path to be their higher selves. And it's life-changing. It's life-changing. So that's what a life coach is all about, is that transformation. It's that mindset. It's that connection, learning about the connection. So if you are interested in joining my Facebook group, what I'll do is I'll put the link down in the comments below of where you can join us in a thriving community for divorced women in midlife. Or if you want to reach out for any type of services, support, just go ahead and reach out to me. I think I might have either my website or my email. You can reach out to me. I'm Bella Bliss. I am a life coach. And I just, I love helping people and helping people feel awesome with who they are. There's no hiding. There's no hiding for who you are, because the world needs to see that beauty of who you are. But who are you really? You really need to shine your gifts and your talent and your beauty, your inner beauty. But how do you know where or who that is that you need to get that deeper connection. And if you need to work in some type of program, definitely reach out to me. And as I said, if you are a divorced woman in midlife and want support around that, even if you're a single mom and you're in midlife and you're struggling, come on by to our Facebook group. It's called Divorced Women Who Thrive. You can find that on Facebook, or you can go to the URL, which is divorcedwomenwhothrive.com. And we got your back. We got your back. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you're here on the replay, I don't know how that works, but if you're here on the recording, click a like, and I'll try to come back on more often. It's a new area for me. You can pretty much find me on all social media under Your Soul Passion. And I'm also speaking on Clubhouse too. So connect with me on Clubhouse under Your Soul Passion. I'm Your Soul Passion everywhere, even here. And and if you are interested in joining Clubhouse and you have iPad or iPhone, just put your comments down below and I can definitely help you with that as well. Send you an invite. Okay. All right. Ciao for now. Thank you so much for watching and joining. And I hope you have a blessed day. Okay. Peace and blessings. And as I said, if you want more, just come back and click subscribe, and I definitely will post more. Okay. And let me know what kind of things that you're interested as well. Okay. All right. Ciao for now.